Hi folks, and welcome to Uluru.
Uluru is located bang in the centre of Australia in the state of the Northern Territory. The closest major town to Uluru is Alice Springs, which is about a 4-hour drive away. However, you can fly directly into Ayers Airport and from there get a bus to the resort where you'll probably end up staying, or hire a car, drive to the resort yourself to your hotel, and then you can drive on to Uluru, the rock itself.
Right folks, so we're in Uluru, as you might have guessed, and we're just going to go through a little bit about the resort and some facts here. So the resort is run by Voyages Ayers Rock, and it's expensive. It's not going to be cheap to come and stay, mostly because there's a bit of a monopoly on the place. Obviously you're in the middle of the Outback. There is a free shuttle bus though that takes you around the resort, and also there's a free airport transfer as well. So you don't need to hire a car if you don't want to. We are hiring a car just because it works out better for us. It means you can go where you want, when you want, at whatever time. So I'd probably definitely recommend that. If you don't hire a car, then you can get buses to and from Uluru in the resort, and a few of the other local areas here. I have to check their website for how much you need to pay for those though, and the timetables, because they'll run at certain times. The park pass which you need to enter the park is $38, and that's for 3 days. You need the park pass no matter what, so even if you get in the buses that you have to pay for from the resort to Uluru, you still need the park pass as well. Under 18s do go free though. If you've got any children coming with you, bonus. Uluru itself rises 348 metres. That's higher than the Eiffel Tower in Paris, the Chrysler Building in New York, and Eureka Tower in Melbourne. And its circumference is 9.4 kilometres. It was first declared a national park in 1950, and its official park name is Uluru Karatua. Archaeological evidence shows Aboriginal people have inhabited the area for more than 30,000 years. Which is pretty crazy, isn't it, to think that? In summer, temperatures rise to 47 degrees during the day, that's Celsius. And in winter, overnight, temperatures can drop to -7 degrees Celsius. Also, the park gets around 300 millimetres of rainfall a year as well, which might be surprising to some people. So, with regards to the resort, every hotel has an option for food, and they're open to guests and non-guests. Dining can get pricey though here. There's a few options in the town square as well, but most of all it's just in the hotels within the resort. The Kulata Academy Cafe is an interesting option in the town square, as it takes trainees from the National Indigenous Training Academy and offers them their first steps in the hospitality industry, and gives them a potential career, which is quite good. There's also a IGA grocery store on site as well, which is ideal if you just need to pick up some supplies and you don't want to spend a fortune. Tours and attraction wise, there are so many different tours that you can do while you're in Uluru. I'll pop a link for the description of the official website, and you can take a look at them. Be warned, they're not cheap, and for us, obviously we decided to hire a car and just thought it'll make it easier if we just run to our own times instead of booking on a tour. We've hired our car from Hertz. There's also Ayers and a few other car hire companies at the airport as well, so you can check online for that. That's it for the facts of Uluru, folks. I'll let you enjoy the beautiful scenery.
The resort where all the hotels are based is in a circular shape. You can easily walk around the resort yourself, or you can get one of the free shuttle buses to go round, or if you've got a car, you can drive to one of the other hotels, park up and enjoy bite to eat there. The resort centre is fairly small, however it does include a few souvenir shops, a supermarket, 2 cafes and a hair and beauty place. There is free parking at the resort centre, so if you need to nip in maybe to go to the supermarket, then you can park there, leave your car and have a wander around. You could also leave your car there and walk to one of the hotels if you fancied maybe a bite to eat in one of the hotel restaurants. As I've said, all the hotels have restaurants and they're free to use for guests and non-guests. The resort itself takes probably about 5 minutes to drive around, as seen here. There isn't too much going on, it's not really built up. There's a downloadable map on the Ayers Resort website, which gives you a great overview of the national park itself and where Uluru sits within relation to Karatua and the resort itself. As you can see, the map also lists the sunrise and the sunset viewing stations for both areas. You also have a section which shows walks around Uluru. We did the base walk, which we'll come to in a few minutes, and it was fantastic. What I would say is, do it early. Your day starts early in Uluru to get out for the sunrise and before the temperature gets too hot. We didn't have loads of time to explore Karatua, so we just went to the sunrise viewing park. Funnily enough, at sunset. Karatua is probably Uluru's lesser known cousin, but it's still worth going for a visit. It is a bit further away and it's about a 40 to 45 minute drive from the resort where all the hotels are based. We stopped at the sunrise viewing park at sunset, but it was not busy in the slightest. In fact, there was only one other car park there at the time. Do remember your fly hats though, because there were a lot about when we were there.
Okay, so one thing you can do here at Uluru is the base walk, and it takes probably about 2.5 hours to 3.5 hours, depending on how fast you walk. And there's a designated car parking area for where it starts, and as the name suggests, the base walk, you can then just walk all the way around Uluru. Just remember to bring plenty of water, maybe any snacks or supplies with you, get the sunscreen, and also wear a hat and sunglasses as well, because it does get hot here as the day goes on. There are quite a few flies in Uluru and around Uluru, so it can be handy to get a hat or a fly hat with some sort of netting that will come down and stop them from getting on your face as well. You can pick these up online and they're fairly cheap, and it's not too bad at the moment for us, but you do get them and you can have days where there's more or less of them. So one thing I mentioned before, and that is about there are buses to get from the resort to Uluru, and they do cost, you can end up paying it's about 40 Australian dollars a day for a 24-hour pass, but you still have to then buy the park pass on top of that, which is $38 currently. Honestly though, hire a car. Okay, ours cost us $100 a day to hire, So it is a bit more expensive, even if there's just, say, 2 of you. But the freedom it gives you and the ability to go and do what you want, when you want, and go to the places you want to go, and at the times you want to do it, is just enormous. So definitely, if you're coming to Uluru, definitely hire a car. Right, folks, I will shut up now and let you enjoy the scenic base walk. Right, folks, let's wrap up our time in Uluru from the comfort of our hotel room. So, firstly, it is expensive, but you're probably going to only be here for maybe 2 to 3 days at most. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity to see Uluru and the surrounding areas. So, in the end, you just say, yeah, it's worth paying, let's just go and do it. I'll probably never come back. Definitely hire a car as well. Like I said, you can get the buses around. The buses around the resort are free, and the bus from the airport to the resort and back is free as well. But the bus to Uluru and the other places are not free. You have to pay for them. We've talked about the price of those. Definitely hire a car though. It makes your whole life so much simpler. You're not waiting around for buses. You're not wasting your time. So yeah, top tip, hire a car while you're here. Food and drink wise, it is on the expensive side, but it is a purpose built all kind of like resort. You know, you're not going to be able to go anywhere else. So they've kind of got the monopoly on that. As I said, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You kind of go, I'm on holiday, let's just, pay the cost of that, pay the price of that. The food is good quality though, from what we've had. So you can't complain too much. And yeah, it's a one-off and that, so you just pay it and get on with it at the end of the day. The town centre is or the town square, I should say, is on the small side, but it does have a few or 1 or 2 cafes in there, and the supermarket. And the supermarket is great if you just want to pick up little odds and ends, maybe something to eat, maybe something to take out with you for the day. And it is fairly cheap. So it isn't a cheaper alternative than to dining in the resort, if that's what you want to do. Definitely get up for the sunrise and the sunset viewing areas. If you've got your own car, it makes it a whole lot easier just to drive to them, but you do get some outstanding views. Depends on what you want to do with it here. Sometimes the sun setting behind Uluru, or maybe the sun rising behind Uluru, you'd rather do, in which case go to the opposite one. So if you're there if you want the sunrise pictures, go to the sunset area for viewing, and you'll get the sunrise behind Uluru and the red sky, and that might be a better picture for you. And that obviously go to the sunset or the sunrise area if you want the colour and the sun shining on Uluru to highlight those reddy colours, because that is where you'll see them. But that's up to you. See what you fancy doing. All in all, Uluru's been pretty spectacular. It's an incredible sight. You know, it's something that you see on TV or maybe in picture books, and that to actually be here yourself and look at it and just see it rising from the ground, and that is incredible. It's definitely worth that once in a lifetime trip. So get down here, and hope you have a great time as well while you're here. As always, folks, feel free to comment on the video. Please like the video and subscribe as well. It's free for you to do. As for now, that's it. We'll see you on the next one, and happy travels, folks. Bye bye. Oh, and one sounded like I was playing a didgeridoo then. One quick thing before I go, actually. So we are heading on to Melbourne now. It's a Jetstar flight from Uluru Ayers Airport, direct to Melbourne. As it's Jetstar, if you haven't seen the Jetstar review we did just previous, you can go and watch that again. I'll stick a link up on the screen. But I feel like you've probably been touched enough with looking at Jetstar's low budget airline. So I won't do another one on the way down from Ayers to Melbourne. So the next time you see us, folks, we will be in Melbourne. Catch you later.